Hi, good morning, friends. So today we are discussing about junior intermediate botany, biomolecules, 10th chapter. In this already previous class, we discussed about 2 marks question answers. Now we are going to discuss about 4 marks question answers. That is short answers questions. So the first question is write a brief account on polysaccharides. Write a brief account on polysaccharide. Polysaccharides are also called carbohydrates, are also called sugars. So these names have to keep in our mind. So polysaccharides are long chains of sugars. Polysaccharides are long chains of sugars. They are threads containing different monosaccharides as a building blocks. For example, cellulose is a polymeric polysaccharide consisting of only one type of monosaccharide. So cellulose, already you know the about plant cells. Plant cells are mainly consist of cellulose. It is a complex carbohydrate. Cellulose is a complex carbohydrate which is made up of a number of glucose molecule, but only one type of glucose molecules. So that is called monosaccharide. So glucose, next starch and glycogen. Starch and glycogen. These are also polysaccharides found in plants and animals. Inulin is a polymer of fructose, and there are more complex polysaccharides in nature, mainly chitin. Chitin it is the exoskeleton of arthropods, that is particularly cockroach. The cockroach outer layer is made up of, that is what, exoskeleton, which is mainly made up of by a substance, a polysaccharide is called chitin. Fungi cell wall have also, it is a polysaccharide, it is a chitin. Fungi cell wall also. So there will, so let us keep in our mind, polysaccharides are what? Sugars, nothing but carbohydrates. But here simple carbohydrates are there, complex carbohydrates are there, number of types of carbohydrates are there. So simple means only one glucose molecule, that is depending on the number of glucose molecules are sugars like fructose, lactose, glucose, like this. So they are mainly monosaccharides, bisaccharides, that is disaccharides, trisaccharides. So like this we can classify depending on the joining of 2 kinds, 3 kinds and 4 kinds of glucose molecules. If only one kind, that is monosaccharide. 2 kinds of, that is disaccharides. 3 kinds, trisaccharides. So in this way, depending on the joining of variety kind of glucose molecule or sugars, the types of carbohydrates or polysaccharides may vary. So here they given in our textbook about complex carbohydrates. So cellulose is the complex carbohydrate. Glucose is the starch is the complex carbohydrate. Glycogen, it is a complex carbohydrate. Glycogen, it is the which is found in animals, So these are the polysaccharides you have to keep in your mind. Next we have a second question. Schematically represent primary, secondary, tertiary structure of the hypothetical polymer using protein as an example. So already I explained this one. Once again have a glance. So how the proteins exhibit primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary structures by protein. You know that proteins are made up by the proteins are made up of by the amino acids. So the sequence of amino acids, the positional information in a protein is called primary structure. So the primary structure is usually, we can say that generally a straight line. The straight line. So here one amino acid, here one amino acid, here one amino, like this they may present in a straight line. So then this structure is generally said to be primary structure. Whereas in secondary structure, when you take a protein imagined as a line, the left end represented by the first amino acid called N-terminal amino acid, and the right end represented by the last amino acid called C-terminal amino acid. So here, when you take a amino acid chain, this is the first, this is the last. So the first one is called N-terminal amino acid. N-terminal amino acid. The end one is called, the last one, the end is called C-terminal amino acid. So both in proteins only right-handed helix are observed. So when you take what type of observations we can say in protein means only right-handed helical proteins only we can see. This is you keep in your mind. Other regions of the protein thread are folded into other forms in what is called secondary structure. So when these folded parts, when we can see the second, that is called secondary structure. That is called secondary structure. So you can see this, a secondary structure and a tertiary structure. So here you can see this picture easily. So this is the primary structure where is the protein have amino acids in a chain. So the starting one is called here N terminal part. This is called C terminal part. But where the protein exhibits in secondary structure, it has a folded. So this is the secondary structure. Where the tertiary structure, when you take, it will be more and more, it will be folded and form as a like a hollow woolen ball. This is called tertiary structure. Next, go to that. So next, third question. Nucleic acids exhibit secondary structure and justify with an example. This is most important question. So nucleic acids are generally you know that about DNA and RNA. So these DNA, when you take about as a example, one of the secondary structure exhibited by the DNA, which was given by the Watson and Crick. You know that DNA was discovered by Watson and Crick. Structure was given clearly. According to this, DNA exhibits a double helical structure, and the two strands polynucleotides are anti-parallel. parallel run the opposite direction, the backbone is formed by the sugar phosphate sugar chain. So the nitrogen bases are projected more or less perpendicular to this backbone, but face inside. So combine with T by two hydrogen bonds, where the G combines with C by three hydrogen bonds. One full turn of the helical strand would involve 10 base pairs, and the length of one coil is 34 angstroms. The distance between base pairs is 3.4 angstroms. This type of DNA is called rDNA. rDNA. Why? Because it turns in right-handed direction and once have a glance. So here, so when you take the DNA, so the DNA have two helicals. Both are anti-parallel. One strand. So DNA already we know that it is a double helical structure, means two helical it has. One helical is if it is start with fifth and end with 3, and another one is start with 5 and end with 3. So both are anti-parallel. But when you take each helix, the following structure we can see. There will be a generally the structure you can see this here. This is the sugar molecule. Yes, means sugar, ribose sugar. Here it is a phosphate is there, and here nitrogen base pair is there. So in this way it is called a nucleotide now. So cytosine, guanine, adenine. So cytosine, guanine, adenine, thymine. These are nitrogen bases. Base pairs. So nitrogen base pair already I said A, G, C, T, U. These are nitrogen base pairs. But in DNA we can see adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine. But in RNA we can see uracil. So in DNA these nitrogen base pairs we can see adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine. So here you can see these three together is called nucleotide. These similarly here also these three nucleotide. So tide means here one nitrogen base pair is there, one sugar is there, one phosphate is there. So that is the reason it is called nucleotide. Once this is the sugar, phosphate. In this way these three, here nitrogen base pair is there, sugar is there, phosphate. So it is called nucleotide. But when we take both these two, it is called nucleoside. Nitrogen base pair plus sugar is called nucleoside. Nitrogen base pair plus sugar plus phosphate is called nucleotide. So there are two technical terms you have to keep in your mind. Nucleoside, tide. Nucleoside means two components only, that is nitrogen base pair and sugar. Whereas nucleotide means nitrogen base pair and sugar and phosphate. So this is the structure of the DNA. But when you take about here, the distance between one helical, this is the one helical, it is 34 angstroms. It has 34 angstroms. But here 10 base pairs are present, 10 bases like this. In between two distance is called 3.4 angstroms. 3.4 angstroms. So in each helical, the length of each helical is 34 angstroms. In helical, each base pair distance is called each stair 3.4 angstroms. So this is how to keep in your mind about nucleic acid structure. Nucleic acids exhibits a secondary structure and justify with the examples. This is the